LED masks are one of those skincare tools where the reviews are wildly different depending on who you ask, consumers and experts. Some people say they've completely transformed their skin, reduced redness, improved texture, helped with acne, made their skin look healthier overall. Then other people will say that they spent hundreds on one, used it for a few weeks, and absolutely nothing happened. And honestly, both of those experiences can be true because the problem usually isn't LED therapy itself, it's the mask. LED therapy is actually very well studied and has been used in dermatology clinics for years. But what people often don't realize is that not all LED masks are built the same, and a lot of the cheaper ones simply don't deliver the same types of treatment that clinical LED devices do. So today, I want to break down why your LED mask might not be working. Some of these reasons are going to be about the device itself, but some of them are also about expectations and how people use them. And once you understand what actually matters with LED therapy, it becomes so much easier to tell which devices are worth your money and which ones probably aren't. And personally speaking, this is one category of skincare where I do spend a little bit more money, where I do think it is worth it. I've spent way too much money on certain devices, LED devices that I just don't use, but I think I found a happy medium here. There are loads of skincare products where you really don't need to spend a lot. Cleanser, brilliant, affordable ones, great. Moisturizers, pretty much the same thing, but I do feel that certain devices are different. Things like LED masks, lasers, microcurrent tools, the technology inside them is what determines whether they actually do anything. So if the device itself isn't properly designed, the results simply won't be there. This video is in partnership with Ulike and their ReGlow LED Mask. And Ulike have been working in LED therapy technology for over 12 years, and their research has involved experts in phototherapy, including Dr. Michael Hamblin, who's considered one of the pioneers of LED therapy research. So they've been working in this space for quite a long time now. So they know what they're talking about. And if it eases your mind, look at all the FDA certifications, just so you know their products are safe and very, very reliable too. But before we talk about the mask itself, I want to explain something first. Because understanding why some LED masks won't and don't work is the best way to understand what actually makes a good one. Reason one, the LEDs simply aren't strong enough. One of the most common problems with cheaper LED masks is the strength of the LEDs themselves. You'll see loads of these online now, TikTok Shop, Temu. There are dozens of LED masks being sold at very low prices, and they all glow red, so visually they look impressive. Glowing red doesn't necessarily mean they're delivering therapeutic levels of light. And if in fact it doesn't mean that, that's not what that means. We've all seen those TikToks of the wellness influencers saying you could sit under a red chicken light and use that as an LED mask replacement. No, that's literally not how it works. LED therapy works through something called photobiomodulation. Basically, certain wavelengths of light interact with cells in the skin and trigger biological processes like increased energy production inside cells, improved circulation, and stimulation of fibroblasts, which are the cells responsible for producing collagen. But for that to happen, the light needs to reach the skin with enough intensity. If the LEDs are weak, if the light just kind of like sits on the skin, it doesn't trigger much of anything. Another factor here is simply how many LEDs are actually inside the mask. Some LED masks only have around 120 to 130 LEDs across the entire face. The Ulike ReGlow mask has 272 LEDs, which means much stronger and more even light exposure across the skin. The reason that matters is coverage. If you only have a small number of LEDs, large areas of your face aren't receiving much treatment at all. More LEDs means more of your face is actually exposed to that therapeutic light. Reason two, the wavelengths aren't therapeutic. Another major reason LED masks fail to deliver on results is incorrect wavelengths. LED therapy only works when the wavelengths fall within specific ranges that the skin actually responds to. So for example, red light around 630 nanometers is commonly used to stimulate collagen production and support skin repair. Blue light around 465 nanometers is used to target acne-causing bacteria. Infrared light around 830 nanometers penetrates deeper into the skin and supports healing processes. If the light sits outside of those ranges, it may look bright, but it's not actually triggering those cellular responses. Some LED masks don't even disclose their wavelengths, which is always a bit of a red flag. The ReGlow mask uses multiple clinical studied wavelengths wavelengths depending on the treatment mode you're using, including red, blue, yellow, and infrared light. So instead of one generic red light, the mask can actually target different skin concerns. Now I've touched on this, but reason 3, your mask might not be treating your whole face. Coverage is something people rarely think about. When you look at an LED mask, it might appear like the entire face is being treated, but if the LEDs are spaced far apart, or if the mask design allows light to escape outward instead of towards the skin, large areas of the face may receive very little treatment. Some masks end up treating maybe 60% of the face properly, while the rest gets very little exposure. The ReGlow mask actually uses something called 360-degree mirror reflection technology. Basically, the interior of the mask reflects the light back towards the skin instead of letting it disperse away. So instead of the light being lost outward into the room, it's redirected back onto the face, which increases the amount of light the skin actually receives. It's a very simple little thing that they've done, but very, very effective. Reason 4, you're expecting instant results. I'll be honest, a lot of online reviews for other masks do kind of show before and afters, and I think they exaggerate how long it took to get those results. But LED therapy isn't an overnight treatment or even a weekly treatment. LED therapy works by influencing cellular processes over time. For example, collagen production is a gradual biological process. Cells need time to respond to the light stimulation and begin producing structural proteins. So results tend to appear gradually over several weeks, not immediately. It took me forever. It took me forever to understand how LED light works because it's very, very confusing. All these words, all these jargons that actually mean something, the science, took me a long time to process myself. But once you understand how light actually works with collagen in your skin, you think, okay, it makes sense now. It makes a lot more sense. Most LED masks are designed to be used around 10 to 20 minutes per session, several times per week, with visible improvements appearing after 4 to 8 weeks of consistent use. If someone uses an LED mask a couple of times and decides it doesn't work, they probably just haven't used it long enough yet. And this is my problem. I've mentioned time and time again when I talk about LED masks, I purchased a big LED light that I can use 2 to 3 times a week and get results, but it was very, very expensive. I would say 5 times the price of an LED mask, and you have to get it out. You have to sit under it. It is a whole thing. It's a whole thing. So I'd much rather, and it makes sense in my life, day-to-day life, to put on a mask, let it do its job, whilst I can walk around and get on with my day. But it's that dedication, it's that consistent use, which is when you're gonna see results. And having a mask that you can just get on with your life with is gonna encourage that consistent use. Reason 5, your mask might only treat one problem. A lot of LED masks are quite limited in what they actually do. Many of them only offer 2 light modes I've seen, usually red and blue, which means you're only targeting collagen stimulation and acne bacteria, which might be great for you, but the ReGlow mask includes 4 treatment modes, each designed to target a different skin concern. So let me explain what those actually do, because I feel like a lot of masks I've seen on the market from places like Temu and Amazon have too many light options, which are just unnecessary. They're literally just those RGB, I think it's called, lights with a remote control that I really feel like don't do anything. In this mask, you have their glow mode, which combines red light, yellow light, and infrared light. Infrared light is my favorite kind of light for my skincare concerns. Red light helps stimulate collagen production. Yellow light is often used to help calm redness and improve overall skin tone. Infrared penetrates deeper and supports skin recovery and circulation. So glow mode really is designed for people who want their skin to look brighter, more even, and healthier overall. Firm mode uses red light and infrared light. This combination focuses more on collagen stimulation and skin structure. The idea here is supporting the fibroblast cells that produce collagen and elastin. So over time, that can help improve skin firmness and reduce the appearance of fine lines. Again, it's not an overnight effect, it's not even an over a few weeks effect, but consistent use can support the skin's natural repair process. And you'll look back in a few months' time and be glad that you started when you did. Rejuvenate mode combines yellow light and infrared light. This one is more focused on kind of calming the skin. Yellow light is often used in dermatology treatments to help reduce redness as well as inflammation. So this mode can be useful for those dealing with sensitivity, redness, and even barrier disruption. And then you have clear mode. Clear mode combines blue light and red light. As we said, blue light, great for targeting acne-causing bacteria on the skin, whilst red light helps calm inflammation and support healing. So together, they're designed to help reduce breakouts whilst also calming the skin afterwards. Reason 6, the mask design overall can just affect your results. This is something that I feel gets often overlooked, and it's the physical design of the mask itself. If LEDs are placed poorly, you can get uneven light distribution. If the mask sits too tightly against the skin, it can trap in heat or block light dispersion. And I tried multiple masks. I'm like, this is just so uncomfortable. This is so like my nose can't even fit in some of these masks. And the ones that do sit on the skin are painful, and they don't follow the structure of my face, so it doesn't make sense to me. The ReGlow mask uses optimized LED spacing, which helps distribute light evenly across the face and minimize hot spots. It also includes an eye shield designed to reduce glare, making it more comfortable to wear for longer sessions. And I guess there's the question of, do you really need an LED mask? Like, who are they actually good for? Now, LED therapy tends to be helpful for things like acne-prone skin, redness and irritation, improving skin tone and texture, supporting collagen production. It's also completely non-invasive, which is why it's become such a popular option for at-home skincare. Personally, I think anyone can benefit from LED light therapy, depending on what your concerns are. I tend to cycle through everything that the Ulike ReGlow mask can actually target. As I mentioned, my main thing is redness, irritation, flushing of the cheeks. One important thing to mention is that LED therapy isn't suitable for everyone. If you're using photosensitive skincare products or medications that increase light sensitivity, LED therapy may not be recommended. And if you have very sensitive skin or certain skin conditions, it's always best to check with a dermatologist before you use it. Of course, you know that. You know these things now. So if you tried an LED mask before and felt like it didn't work, it's a good chance that the issue wasn't LED therapy itself, or that LED therapy is a myth or something that needs debunking. It was probably the device. When the wavelengths are correct, the LEDs are powerful enough, and the mask is designed to deliver the light evenly across the skin, LED therapy can actually be a really useful addition to your skincare routine. And again, this is one of those skincare categories where I personally think it's worth investing in a device that's properly designed. So I highly recommend the Ulike ReGlow LED mask, and they're giving me a special discount for you guys. If you order from the official website, which I'll link down below, you can use my code James26 to bring the price down to $299. And right now they're also including a special surprise gift with my code. If you prefer Amazon, which I know a lot of people do, you can use the link in my description box. The lowest price will already be applied, so no code needed. I'll link everything down below. So yes, give it a go. This is a sponsored video, but if you flick back through my TikToks especially, you will see how much I feel LED therapy has changed my skin. There are certain claims I can't make when talking about LED therapy, but there's a huge issue that I have with my skin that LED light therapy and infrared light in particular has massively helped with. So yes, I hope those answers some questions. Give LED light therapy a go in general. Give it a few months, you'll be looking back so glad that you started. But thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.